Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and it's October finally, and I'll be continuing on. It's all the horror slasher movie reviews. Last year I talked about all the Psycho movies, only 1 through 4, and like I said, I didn't want to talk about the remake of the 1998 Psycho movie. Then I talked about all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, and I did some other horror movie reviews such as Hellraiser, and I did the horror St. Patty's special of talking about all the Leprechaun movies. So today, for this month of October, I'll be talking about all the Halloween movies, starting off with the 1978 classic Halloween. The director John Carpenter, and along with his wife that produced this movie, Deborah Hill, and the both of them rented this movie, and this movie was like really horrifying. It was the next horror genre for comparing for Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and along with the other horror movies such as Black Christmas. Halloween was all about not just about going out and trick or treating, but it starts out seeing with all the music starting out with the I was really interested about this movie, and when I heard about this, it was a low budget movie which became a huge box office for this movie, and along with the grossage movie, and everyone loved this movie. So this movie really starts out where Michael Myers is a little boy, but he picks up a clown mask, and he picks up a large kitchen knife, and he goes upstairs stabbing his sister. And when he goes downstairs, his parents just somehow shows up and realizing what he did to his sister. He was taken to the clinic, and he stayed there for 15 years, and then 15 years later he somehow escaped, and Dr. Loomis, which was played by Donald Pleasant, and also starring Jamie Lee Curtis, who played as Laurie Strode, which this was her first debut for her first movie screen. So when Michael Myers returns home to Haddonfield, he kills a guy and he steals the jumpsuit from him. Then he goes into the warehouse and steals a kitchen knife and a Halloween mask. And what's surprising with the Halloween mask that I realized, and what surprised me, was a William Shatner mask. All they did is they paint the mask white and cut off the eyes and make them holes and swing back his hair, and what you get is Michael Myers. He did prefer Michael Myers that much, but at the end of the credits, they prefer to call him as the Shape. And the reason why he was called the Shape, because his face, he hides his true face, so that's why he wears the mask. And another thing, that he stays in the shadow. He's like a shadow, or he stays in the dark. He's almost like a ghost image, like comes out and just haunts you, and surprising you, stabs you right in the back or in the arm. So one by one, Michael kills Laurie's friends. He tracks her down. And what's great about this movie is that has all the music, the sound effects, the settings, including the Shape, or they prefer him as the Boogeyman. It was really surprising, and just to see this movie so enjoyable, and make you feel like you want to jump out of your couch or throwing your popcorn all over your face or your friends. It seems so surprising, and this Shape mask, and you finally get to see Michael's face, but only just for a quick second. And then later when he puts it back on, and back to Dr. Loomis, he still tries to find him, and then that's where he meets up with Sheriff Brackett. He talks about and explains him about Michael's his physical and of his own emotions, and telling him about a little story, right from wrong, and realizing the boy on his eye, that all you see is just this pure evil of him. And that's where Dr. Loomis goes and tracks down Michael, and all of a sudden he hears the screams, and that's where he goes upstairs and shots Michael Myers like 6 times right in the chest, and he falls down on the ground. So by the time Dr. Loomis tries to be sure that he was dead, and then all of a sudden he just disappears in a flash. Like it was like all supernatural. And at the end, the way you see all the house, the places, and where he was at, and you hear Michael's mask breathing, to realize that he's still alive and he's back in the house. This movie was so horrifying. It was really scary, and beyond with the supernatural, that you realize that when Michael Myers just got up and you don't know that if he's still alive or someone took the body. This movie was really surprising, and see Michael like hidden in the shadows or hiding in the darkness or hiding somewhere in the closet. He's really true form as the Shape. So just to rate this movie, I would give it a 95 out of 100. This movie was so good. It was so scary, and just thanks to John Carpenter who directed this movie, and it's definitely the classic. And comparing with the remake of Rob Zombie, it might have been gruesome and gory, and that's what it was. And I do like horror movies that are really gory and nasty and see all the blood come out. But it doesn't really beat the classic, the original Halloween movie. So I have this movie on Blu-ray and DVD. So by next week for my next horror slasher movie review that I'll be talking about with all the Halloween movies is Halloween 2. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88's signing off and saying is, peace!